The Owl House Season 2 is now at the halfway point, entering hiatus mode into presumably 2022. And man, what a journey it's been so far. Compared to the first season, there's been a significant amount of plot advancement that outpaces everything that's come before it. I know for some viewers, story beats may feel like they're happening a bit too fast, but personally, I'm thrilled to have a series that's quick to the point and have the characters immediately follow up on established plot threads instead of sitting on imperative information for numerous episodes in order to maintain the status quo. Our only real episode for downtime this season has been Knock Knock Knocking on Hootie's Door, and even that managed to throw out us 3 major developments with Luce, King, and Ida, while still providing a substantial amount of lore and history through King and Ida's stories. Though I will say, if any Owl House fans feel this way and haven't checked out Amphibia, I think Season 2 does a great job moving the story along every episode, while also going at a bit slower pace, which allows for a handful of episodes to just focus on character building. And with Season 3 starting in October, this is the perfect time to catch up. Back on track though, the vast amount of story developments in these first 10 episodes alone have made one thing very clear. The Day of Unity will come to fruition by the end of the season, and at this point in time, there's no reason to doubt the notion that Belos will succeed. The Bad Girls Coven may have some powerful and strategic witches, but the Emperor's Coven has strength in both numbers and, well, strength? Of course, thinking about the end of the season got me thinking about Season 2 as a whole, and how the numerous plot points in the first half of the season will return in the second half. And after a little bit of brainstorming, I think I know how at least 3 plot points could tie together, the 3 being the Blight Parents, the Basilisk, and of course, the Day of Unity. Amity's constant clashing of her parents may elevate to the highest level. How so? Well, let's speculate. And of course, to stay in the loop of all things Owl House and other animated series, please be sure to subscribe to the Roundtable with notifications on to never miss a video. Hey, did you guys know we have a Patreon where we post updates, video sneak peeks, scripts, and more? It's under new management thanks to our bud Ricky, who's also been doing a great job running our Twitter, and we have a Patreon exclusive Discord, which admittedly can be a bit more active. We just like to take a moment and plug some projects from our highest pledging patrons, like Cosmobites, an art-based YouTube channel with series such as Drawing Your OCs, Blackfoot Ferret, another creator on the platform who recently made a Five Nights at Freddy's video on the Afton family tree, Wise Group Productions, a talented group of artists and storytellers who produce their own animated series, including Crystal Desires, which already has quite a bit of episodes that we recommend you check out, Jovial Knights, a wonderful artist who specializes in Sonic the Hedgehog and is also a part of the Chaos Creators, a small fan-run arts festival that celebrates all things Sonic. And last but not least, Meg Rabbit, author of Edge Anomaly, a sci-fi fantasy novel about a young animal scientist who realizes the world may be a lot bigger than how her mother makes it seem. Look at the cool website for this book. Look at the trailer. Look at the characters. It's free on Kindle. There's no reason you shouldn't check it out. These are all honestly very inspiring people, and I'm happy to boost the platforms of these delightful creators. Links to all of their projects will be in the description down below. And again, be sure to check us out over at patreon.com/roundtablevids. Shoutouts may be the highest tier, but no pressure. If you can only spare a small amount or nothing at all, that's fine. We'll be okay nonetheless. Any support is the best support, and watching our videos is support enough. All of that being said, let's jump back to the video. Right off the bat, we're laying everything down on the table. Youngblood Old Souls gave us an introduction to a few accessories of the Emperor's Coven, such as Belos' staff and the petrification apparatus, both of which appear to be a combination of magic and technology, or a replication of magic through technology. A sentiment that would be supported in Hunting Palisman, as the Golden Guard himself revealed that he's unable to perform magic through the use of a spell circle, but rather relies on his staff that, in his own words, allow him to use artificial magic. The president was already there for Belos to cross these two things. Bring in Odalia and Alador, head of Blight Industries, which focuses on security, specializes in weapons, by using, of course, abomination magic combined with technology, which includes their new state-of-the-art Abomaton 2.0, souped-up home security robots that Belos acquires en masse to serve the Emperor's Coven, which, for him, was a necessary move, given that the run-of-the-mill guards are an absolute joke in combat. I'm sure Luce making a fool out of them in Youngblood Old Souls gave Belos the push he needed, as these events transpired the week after. Plus, as Lilith said in Separate Tides, the guards are kinda lost without a leader. She's gone, while Kikimora and Hunter are focused on gaining Belos' validation. That being said, the Abomatons have been proven as a worthwhile investment, given their flexibility in being able to change forms and efficiency in subduing their enemies, as seen with the capture of Rain Whispers. Belos even finds them reliable enough to serve as additional bodyguards. Suffice to say, Alador and Odalia are in the Emperor's good graces, and as a result, I have a hunch that Belos will task them with additional projects in the future. In particular, a weapon or machine for the Day of Unity. It's clear that Belos has only recently begun preparations for this reality-altering event, given the recent construction of the portal, which can only now be completed, and the meeting of Coven Heads, which granted them a brief peek into what awaits on the other side. But what else could Belos be working on? And why would he need the Blight parents? Well, I think the answer was given to us in yesterday's lie, and it has everything to do with V's backstory. V is just one of numerous basilisks that were somehow either resurrected or recreated by Emperor Belos, for one specific purpose: figuring out how basilisks drain magic, which is kind of a particular wording to use. They're not trying to evolve, strengthen, or even control the basilisk. It sounds like they just want to copy that one ability. But why? What does Belos have to gain with the power to drain magic? He already has petrification to take care of any wild witches, most of which he's captured, and again, the Abomatons have shown to be reliable against adversaries. I thought maybe he needs this ability as he's running out of Palstrom wood to hold his body together, but I don't think that's the route they're going for narratively, given that Luz has spare Palstrom wood that Belos or Hunter may become aware of and attempt to steal. But there is something big we know Belos has up his sleeve that will require a buttload of magic. Remember what Rain told Ida in the forest?
He's preparing some big spell for the Day of Unity, but he can't do it without every head witch.
A big spell, Like moving a giant titan to Earth and merging the two realms? That sounds like something that won't be easy to pull off, even with the power of each Coven Head. If anything, I think this spell, or more so the Coven Heads, may rely on a power source, some sort of battery, to ensure no one performing this spell will be depleted of energy. And this battery, this machine, would be one full of magic. Bring in Alador and Odalia, who are the ones tasked with building such a thing. By learning how basilisks drain magic, Alador could try to mimic their ability through technology, if not combine one of these experiments with his technology and abomination magic, to produce a Day of Unity super generator, with something like 9 individual chambers for each coven. Keep in mind, Belos did say,
"The larger your covens grow, the more power we have to unite our realms."
Which may have been quite literal. Organize magic into these 9 tracks, force witches to join a particular coven that seals off the rest of their magic, only having access to spells of that one coven, and then when you gather all those witches, all those covens on the Day of Unity, you zap them group by group. Their magic drained and transferred into the Coven Heads as they assist Belos in performing the big spell. For example, if you're in the Illusion Coven, expect all of your magic to be thrown into the head of said coven. Except you wouldn't really expect it, it probably is going to be against their will, super sudden, and super scary. This is also where their character drama comes in. If anyone would be aware of Alador and Odalia's development of this contraption, it'd be Amity, Emera, and Edric. Who's dating Amity? Luce. Who's trying to foil Emperor Belos' plans? Luce, Ida, and King, of course. If Amity caught wind of this project, I'm positive she'd warn Luce about it, and I'm sure Luce would try to stop it, by either once again trying to confront the Blights in person, attempting to reason with them, or by going behind their backs and trying to destroy it before all hope is lost. Think about how much of a complicated situation this conflict would be for the entire Blight family. Amity's already began to break free of the shackles her mother put her in by smashing her amulet, derailing the Abomaton 2.0 presentation, and changing up her hair. It's clear Luce gives her the strength to stand up to her parents. We can assume Odalia wouldn't care what Luce thinks is best or not when it comes to building this weapon, as she's focused on the success and reward. But Alador may want to hear Luce and company out. After all, he was the one to recognize that Amity's relationship with Luce has led her to become even more proficient in magic. He was the one to bring Odalia back to Earth and call her out on her bullshit when she tried to go against her word. Alador is clearly a lot more attentive and concerned for Amity than Odalia is. Alador wants Amity to be her own person, whereas Odalia just wants her to fall in line. So should this conflict truly bridge into the biggest plot point the show has set up thus far, we may see Alador make an extremely tough call. Complete the project that will certainly be the pinnacle of his career, or sacrifice all of that, alongside his safety, to look out for his family. family. Dana did say Alador is one of her favorite characters, as he's interesting to write. So this sort of complexity would be something I was already waiting for. It's just a matter of how it all comes together. And I have a good feeling about this one. Alador would certainly be a valuable ally in general, as he designed the Abomatons, and therefore he would be the one to expose their vulnerabilities. I imagine he could whip up some pretty insane gadgets for the heroes as well, which could still unfold either way, having the guy play for both teams until the consequences implode in on everyone. But that's pretty much all I have on this theory, and I want to know what you guys think. Will Alador and Odalia play a role in the Day of Unity? And if so, how do you think this will impact Amity? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below, or tweet them over at Roundtable Vids. And you can find me on Vox. We're on both Twitter and Instagram. Special thanks to ARTWITHKODA for creating an awesome thumbnail. For more of his amazing art, you can find him on Instagram, Tumblr, and YouTube at ARTWITHKODA. And subscribe to his YouTube channel. Links in the description. Help the Roundtable grow by either becoming a member of this channel or supporting us over at Patreon. Link in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe to the Roundtable for more great cartoon content. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day. See ya!